In this video, I'll show you how to take your first galactic leap into Python. You'll need to download Python Visual Studio Code and the Python extension for it. Go to this website to install Python 3.9.6, check all the boxes that appear at setup, click next, install, and move on to installing Visual Studio Code. Here you'll need to download the version specified for your operating system, open the exe when it's done, and accept the license agreement. Then choose the directory you want it to be in, click next, check all the boxes, install and finish. Visual Studio Code should automatically open. After that, you can click File, then select Preferences and Extensions and search for Python. Install and enable it, then click Back on File and select New File. This is where all the coding is going to happen in space. What, you thought this was a normal programming course? No, we're going to the moon, figuratively, because I can't afford it in real life. But to do that, we'll need to select Python for a file type and save it as tutorial.py. Learn what a string is. It's just a quote. Use quotation marks or back quote symbols to type hello universe inside. Save your code, run it, and error. Why? Because there is no function calling on the string to do anything, so it's just a quote. We can fix that though with the print function. Control A on your keyboard, then Control C. Delete the string, type print parentheses, and paste the string into the function. Save, then run your code, and it should print out hello universe. It doesn't have to be that though. You can put whatever your astronomical brain comes up with in this string, and it'll print out, see that? Taxes in space, Elon Musk, outdated movie references, anything. You can even add another string to it if you want to. Don't worry if you like math more than words. You can print numbers out too, but don't try to put numbers in a string yet. In fact, you can make the string or strings comments using a hashtag in front of your function, then make a new print function and type the distance it would take to travel from the Earth to the moon. Save, then run your code, and 250,000 should appear in the terminal. It doesn't stop there though. Let's say you wanted to add or concatenate that to the distance from the Earth to the Sun. Press spacebar, shift, and the plus sign on your keyboard. Space again, and then type 186,000. You just concatenated two integers if you're following along. These numbers can actually be shortened a little bit using scientific notation. In your math class, scientific notation represents a larger quantity with decimal numbers multiplied by 10 to an exponent, representing however many zeros and base values there are after the decimal point. So we can shorten 250,000 to 2.5 times 10 to the 5th and 186,000 to 1.86 times 10 to the 5th. But in Python, the decimal number isn't called a decimal number, it's called a floating point number to differentiate itself from its counterpart, the integer. Integers are any positive or negative whole number like the distances I mentioned earlier, or the deceleration per second of a UFO after it enters an exoplanet's atmosphere at any given interval before it lands. I know alien educators might tell you parentheses and asterisks are interchangeable in regular math, but they aren't in Python. The only one is the asterisk, and it can be used for exponential notation as well if you put two of them side by side. So let's do that. Type 2.5 asterisk 10 and then 2 asterisk 5 plus 1.86 times 10 to the 5th in the print function. Save, then run your code. You should get the same result you did earlier, except it's now a floating point number because almost everything you add in a print function must be in the same class. In this case, Python automatically considers the answer a float because there's a decimal point in the expression. It's not always like that though. You can't add a string and an integer or a string and a float because you need to convert them to their equivalents, but we're not going into detail on how to do that yet. Just know that you can't add these together right now, but you can add these together right now because they're in the same class. Now, when the UFO I mentioned lands on the exoplanet, the alien aboard gets greeted by an alien government that wants them to pay some toll taxes before they can enter the freeze-dried ice cream store they traveled thousands of miles to get to. Luckily, the taxes only equate to about $5.30 because the alien economy is not fully capitalistic yet, and the alien has $15.02 on them. So they give the government the specified amount of money they owe the government by subtracting the fee from what they have. Let's print out the money they have left over from that transaction. It's roughly $9.72. It may be a little more exact than that though, because computers don't round up unless you tell them to. After the alien finally gets into the store, he sees Elon Musk and Gabe Newell waiting waiting in line at the cash register, but they don't have any alien money left since they paid the toll tax, but pay more than regular aliens did since they have a lot of money. So the alien offers to divide the money he has up between the three of them. They all oblige to the agreement, and they all order the Alien Berry Deluxe that comes with limited edition Mars rocks, so we can help the alien out using the division operator. When we divide the $9.72 they have by 3, we'll use the / between the two numbers to get $3.24 per order. I recommend practicing everything you learn after this video. You can try and make it a game to help you understand, use acronyms to help you remember how to do something or what it does, or make your own tutorial series like me. The tutorial part might take a while to do those, so maybe not. Just try to be an active learner, because if you're copying stuff from Stack Overflow or GitHub, the only thing you're learning is to copy other people's work, which isn't a bad thing, but typing your code out and commenting how and why you did it the way you did it will probably help you understand it better than copying some giant block of code with no comments on it. If you like the video, use the inspect element on the subscribe and like button, or dislike it if you disliked it, and tell me why you disliked it in the comments. Click this video on screen if you want to watch more edutainment.